Hi, it's Julie Leone. I just wanted to share a good news story because I think there's so much in the news which isn't good news. And I've got two stories actually. One is a recent one. So last Sunday I was out for a walk and driving back, and we passed a tiny little black kitten in the middle of a road. It's a country road, but on a blind bend. So I got out of the car, tried to catch it, failed, and it ran into the undergrowth. So we went back the following afternoon, and I had my two boys and black kitten in the middle of a road, even nearer to the blind bend. So we stopped. The three of us were rummaging in the hedgerow. So you've got to imagine that this is really deep hedgerow with brambles. And I'm thinking, I'm so proud that I've got kids that want to save a little fluffy black kitten. Tiny it was. Now, the lovely thing was that almost every single car, so I was standing in the road saying, stop, stop, stop. You know what? No one complained at me asking them to just slow down. Everyone could see that we were kind of in this hedgerow, and almost every car stopped to say, are you okay? Do you need any help? So that was older people, a young lad in a car, all souped up, asked what was happening, asked if we wanted any help. Everyone was just lovely. And then a white transit van pulled up and another older couple got out, and they were right in there really kind of rummaging around. So we're getting stung, we're getting scratched with nettles. The boys are on one side of the fence trying to get it. This couple are on this side of the fence. And the cat is meowing and yowling, and eventually it's caught, and it's tiny, and it's a woman that catches it, covered in blood. The kitten scratched her. Anyone that's ever tried to catch a feral or wild cat will know that they bite even though they're tiny. So it took about half an hour and we brought it home. And it was yowling. Our own cat was really upset about it, and we knew that we kind of couldn't do what we needed to do to keep it safe. So it was a Sunday, so I did what I've done once before, and I put a shout out on Facebook. And there's lots of bad stuff about social media, but one of the things I love about Facebook is what a force for good it can really be. So I put a help, found a kitten. Now within 15 minutes I'd had 4 replies from people saying, we can help, we'll have it, I can feed it. And one of those people was someone who was kind of a contact of mine who said, actually, since I last saw you, I've started rescuing street cats. So I was like, brilliant. She said, I know how to worm, I know how to do everything. So that was within 15 minutes. Within an hour, she was over. She picked up this little kitten. Obviously we'd fed it and given it water, but it was really frightened and really tiny, and she picked it up and said, oh, it's a female, it's covered in ticks, it's got lice. So she took it home, and I just want to share with you some pictures that she sent. So look, right in there, can you see that's it hiding when she got it, because that's obviously like to hide. And here it is, tiny little cute thing. It's got a bit of a scratch on its nose. And then here. So this is how beautifully this cat is being looked after. Lovely that it's being cared for so well. And this is it. Look at this. So this is it now, bonded with another stray cat at the same place. Really bonded and really happy. So there's a happy story. Isn't that just lovely? That makes me so happy. Now, I wanted to share this with you, not just because this is a happy story about a kitten, but because it shows how amazing human beings are, because it shows how strangers gathered around that kitten in all sorts of ways. Some people just stopping and driving safely so we could catch it. Some people asking if we were okay. Some people actually getting in there and getting scratched. Some people sharing it on Facebook. Some people saying we can help. And then obviously the last lady really helping, and it's now defleed, and she's going to get it tipped and vaccinated. And I don't think this is random. So we've had another occasion where one of our dogs went missing on bonfire night. We were walking somewhere, dog went missing, kind my partner was frantic, spent all night looking for the dog, and didn't show up. So I got up early the next morning, did the same thing, put it on Facebook. People shared it with strangers, people sent me information leaflets and posters on Facebook about what to do. And again, within the hour, we'd found the dog, who had had a much more comfortable night than we had had. And the dog had actually turned up at a house, shivering outside the door. They'd taken it in. Just so happened that they were really comfortable with stray animals, so they'd taken it in. They'd looked after the dog. The dog had had the life of Riley. And so I, before partner was even awake, I'd managed to find the dog and bring it home. Now, what does this tell us about human beings? It tells us that we are capable of great deeds of kindness. It shows us the power of what we can achieve when we connect. It shows that we're not motivated by money. No one at any point in either of these stories got status, got acclaim. I haven't named anyone. I could, but I don't have their permission. But actually, they didn't do it for that. They didn't do it for money. They did it because it was the right thing to do, because they cared, and because actually, as human beings, we do care about each other. We do like to help each other, and we do want to do the right thing. And so when we're hearing stories in the news, I'm obviously aware of all the racist stuff going on at the moment. What we have to remind ourselves is that this is the minority, and maybe even it's the minority on a bad day. That there's times when they too might have stopped to help a kitten. And what does this mean? It means we have so much more power than we think do right in the world. And so it's rescuing a dog and rescuing a kitten. Kittens are the epitome of cuteness, aren't they? But actually, the whole world needs us now to gather together. So whether the natural world, where we've got from what the science is saying, we've got the next 10 years where we really have to do what we did for that kitten for everything. So it means driving less, it means just buying less, it means eating less meat and more vegetables, it means flying much less, it means working from home a bit more so you're not in your car so more. It means shopping from local businesses so that the money stays in the community, and so we're not, and of course you can't do this all the time, and we get into the thing that we have to be perfect, but nobody who stopped to help with the kitten or the dog felt they had to be perfect. They just did what they could. And if we all do what we could where we are, so whether it's picking up that bit of litter or making a decision to buy something that's slightly more expensive but not wrapped in plastic and locally produced, then it might feel like something small, but it's no smaller than each person sharing that help message that I've put out twice now, to help me for our pet and the stray kitten. It's no smaller than that, but what you have to see is that your small action is part of a much bigger ripple. So the kitten and the dog were saved because of the ripple effect of small actions and small acts of kindness to take care of something which had no good, it had no impact on us, except that here's the even better bit. So the psychology shows, so the research of Dr. David Hamilton, he gathers it all together, it's not all his research, but he brings it all together, is that when we do something like share something or pick a piece of litter up or buy something locally because we've got the intention of supporting that local business rather than Amazon, okay, we've paid a bit more money for it, maybe we had to go out of our way, maybe it's going to take a bit longer to be delivered, but because we've had the intention of doing this action because it's the right thing to help something bigger than us, whether it's our local economy or the ecosphere or the future that we leave for our children, even if we don't see the immediate results of that, we produce serotonin on our body, which makes us feel good, which counteracts the stress in our body, which actually long term keeps us healthy and well. So here's the thing, when we do something that's good for something bigger than us, with the planet, future generations, a sustainable and regenerative economy and agriculture and all the kind of life we'd like to live. We'd love to live in a world where everyone's ready to help kittens and everyone's ready to help slugs and everyone's ready to help each other. And so we know we can do it. People are doing it. We're doing it. Let's share those stories, because that's not only good for the planet, yeah, we breathe the water we drink, the food we eat, but it's good for us right now. It makes us feel good right now. So I just wanted to share those stories because I didn't want to lose them, and it's so easy to lose these kind of beautiful events that all of us experience. This has nothing to do with me, it was the situation, but we tend to kind of forget them. But let's not forget them, because this is how we've got so much more power than we think, and doing the right thing is good for us all. So anyway, there we go. Hope that was hope you enjoyed the stories.